You people are silly.
You
know-
people are silly.
Whoop.
You
No.
people are silly.
Whoop.
You people are silly.
Whoop.
You people are silly.
I was editing stuff on my streams and apparently still had things live, so. What is also silly is wearing a green shirt when you have a green screen on. Just saying. Did not do that intentionally. I don't speak Spanish. Oh, that's so nice of you. Depends, I have good run out, so that helps a lot. Yeah, it changed things up a little bit. Actually, I was just moving around my my pick. I'll have to see if I accidentally went over. Jump into an AI game real fast. You're not? I know it was working a second ago. Not hearing anything from the computer or not hearing my voice? Ah, okay. Looks like I'm okay. Although I made that a little wide. There we go. Oh. That never happens. Yeah, so you can still see the symbol up there to see whose turn it is and stuff, so that should work. I want to see Keegan I play. I swear. Third eye. Or Deuces Wild. Almost every time. Well, and that's you, not me. Because when I had my stream up a minute ago, it was definitely reverberating and doing things it shouldn't have been doing, but... Can you still not hear me for real? Schnauzer, are you seeing everything okay? Did he break it? Because he tends to do that. Okay. So it's him, not me. Oh, could be. Yeah, sometimes it bugs out. Do I have Vapor now? Let's hold off. There are lots of low cards out there. Red or black? Red or black? Black. Don't call it a comeback. Oof. Take the 5. Bank these. Take my green. Could be worse. Where are my faction plays? Apparently. But I like faction plays. I mean, I'm going to do this because I think it's still the most points swing-wise. He'll get the 2, but that's fine. Oh, sure. I don't know what to tell you. Oh look, a faction play. Or 2. I don't want this one. Golly. Fine, we'll do it this way. He loves to do that. Just to take the big cards out. But it works. There's no red on the board. Take the orange. I can get rid of the 1. We're gonna do this. Manipulator changed what I was gonna do. Didn't matter where I put it. Oof. It's a big play. I'm not muted. Oh, is he muted? I was like, eh? Sorry. I got you now. Yeah. Sorry. I assumed you was talking to me. Gray. There's red. There's brown. That's not a bad move. Maybe. Okay, so those have been good draws. Be nice if I got some of those. I got one. Oof. Let's take it a 9. Question is, which 9 does he give me? Well, so far this has been brutal. Kind of too late for that. For a negotiator, that is. Black or blue? What's out here? Black. Draw red. Dang it. Everyone, what? 4 reds all game. Okay. Only need 60 points. That gives me 15. That gives me a lot more than that. Yeah. That's the play. Need a 32-point faction play? That is not going to do it. What a useless black mirror. I'm holding 4 neutral cards. None of these do anything because I can't proc them now. So 10 points. Ouch. Alrighty. Let's see. What do I need to play? Trying to get my Razor Core, Dawnlight, and Alpha Guard up to 100 games each. Still don't know why it does this order. It's weird. So I've got 89 there and 89 there. 27 games to go. We're gonna play this first. We'll see where the night takes us. Where am I right now? 3082. Let's see. Ooh. Ooh. It's really hard to give any of these up. So I'll stick with it. That's 17. I can get 13 in a faction play out of it. I'll let Keegan go first. I don't feel like I have a great first turn play to build a lead. Depending on what I draw, I'll be playing Negotiator, so. Max Shelling or Kitana? Or neutral? Yeah, or just steal one of my cards. Oh, he's got a Christmas hand. And that would be an 18-point swing. That would tie us. Right? I'd have 15, he'd have 15. If I just took this, and I'd get the 2. So I could take the lead. We're gonna do this. Ooh, grays. There's no red. I'd get a black. And that's it. Here I'd get 8 points. And that's it. Here we get 6. I feel like I just need to do this. He has both lower and higher than me right now. I could top list. Nah. I'm gonna hate that I used this so early later, but... So I can go ahead and kill the 7. Chances are I'm going to draw something lower than the 7, though. I gotta go for that. I could have killed the 7, but now I get to kill both. It was a little risky. Basically, if I'd drawn a high card, then I wouldn't have been able to kill the 7. But... What's he got? That's kind of nice for me right now. Oh, gets his cards back, but he can't kill the 9. He can only kill my 5. Because there were greens in there. And there are 2 greens in the afterlife. Yeah. Guess we're mind swiping. Let's see what Keegan does. My goodness, where are all the grays? I'm never really a fan of this play. But it seems like the best thing I can do right now. It's not a terrible play, it's just not great. I still get a faction play. He's gotta kill that 12. Ouch. Ouch. Let's just fill up everything. Nope, that's a good play for him. He gets to move a negative over to my loyalists. Oh. Yeah, I wouldn't have done that, but... This is going to work out nicely. This part's a bummer, but... Well, let's see what Keegan has. Ooh. Black's not good for him. Blue is not good for him. Brown, that's okay for him. Purple, not great. So what do I need? 12 points? That'd be 16. I can get 9. I can get 4. I can get 18. What is this? -1. So that's 11. 12. Oof, not quite. I can't guarantee a win with that. I'd like to do the bait and switch, but I can't guarantee it, so. Yay! So, I think the experience bar is broken. Oh. Sorry, reading through the stuff on here. What's up, Siege? You got here just in time. Keegan and I are about to play a match, so I can run through and, ooh, that's a good starting hand. I will keep those two. Good. 10 and a 12. So Keegan gets to choose. That is quite the afterlife. Give and take is interesting. So Keegan won the coin toss, or the two cards that start the afterlife. He got the 12, so he gets to pick who goes first. Let's give him a 17 and him 2. I'd have to give him the 7 as well. This, I can get 20 points. Yeah, I'm pretty much a Shadow Cell main. I play that, but I have 400 ranked matches with Shadow Cell, and some of my other ones were around 75, so I decided to focus on some of the other ones for a little bit. I really like the Shadow Cell deck. So, yeah, as the game goes, you pick one card out of the neutral area to move to your side. They will have a colored border at the top, but also if you can't zoom in on stuff when it's your turn. But it moves to a certain row depending on the color border up there. And then whatever the numbers are in the top right, it influences cards of those colors due to its movement, right? So the entrepreneur pushes the purple cards away from him, but he encourages a law enforcement card to come towards him. Yes, I am. I play on an emulator a lot of times. Ooh, this could get interesting. Purple or blue would be good. Oh well. So yeah, so I took this card. It has the faction helmet icon on it, so when I pulled it, and you can see it says recruits, but you can also just go by the colored border at the top, that colored bar. So he goes to the recruits. Also, Easter egg, that's Vij. But he, so this goes to recruits. He would have pushed purple 5 spaces away, but there were no purple on the board at the time, so it didn't do anything with the negative. And then I got to take the plus blue, so that gave me 20 points on my side, and because he had the faction helmet icon, I got to use a faction card. So I played my black mirror on his recruits, which draws a random card to determine what color it affects, and I got browns. Well, that's interesting. I might just take this to take the 7. That limits his options on his turn. So this goes to my side. Then I get to move a red +1. And then I get to move green +2. So I could split this up and do each one 1, or I can just take the 7 and move it all the way over to my side. That blue is going to be annoying, I think. I don't have anything to clear it off right now. That also makes it really dangerous to play Vapor right now. This 8. Yes and no. The only issue with taking the 8 right now is I move this, and then I've either got to, because of the, again, there's no purple, but it's got a -1 gray, so I either have to give up 5 points or give him 6 points. But that may be the better move right now, because the 6, I can bank this, but there's no brown to take, and then I have to give him the 8, so I actually lose points in doing that. So yeah, we'll do that. Lose the 5 because that's better than giving him the 6. He gets window dressing. He gets rid of my give and take. And he now knows that I have 2 legendaries in my hand. Seems like a good time to use this. There are 2 blues out there right now, so Vapor is just dangerous. Draw 2 community cards placed in recruits unless the opponent is Razor Core. If they are, look. That's awesome. Oh. So it's, well, at least he's got to put the 10 in his allies. Oh no, I was thinking I had a blue there. Dude. I would love, love, love some brown cards to come out. To my knowledge, no, the current cards are. As far as the cards that are in the game, there are a couple cards that are coming out. I think, was it Keegan had one? There's a new, yeah, the Overlord cards. But one of the Overlord cards is one that was recommended by one of the community members. Really don't want a vapor right now. Transference is bad. I guess it's blue burn. What's Keegan got? Provocateur is bad. Firewall's not bad. Yeah, I already told him that earlier. Do I do firewall and protect my 8? Or do I sleight of hand? I'm gonna key that one. Because right now it seems like it's gonna be pretty good. We'll see. I mean, I can kill 18 right now. I think he has Provocateur in hand. Yeah, some brown cards would be nice to use in my Black Mirror. Yeah. Where? We've seen 0 brown cards this game. And a whole bunch of blues. Yeah, now that I think about it, this was a terrible pick. Well, the double agent wasn't great, and sleight of hand is a loss of another faction play, so Maybe not. Oh, I didn't know JV had that. Very cool. This is just ugly right now. I can basically... No, I can't even tie it up. I can't catch a break right now. But this is good. This will clear out some of the blues. So we'll protect the neutral and his 10. I feel like I have to. One, two, three, four, I suppose. Oh, where were you earlier when I needed you? Beach, how's this gonna work? Will I get the 5 I draw? Brown, brown, brown. Come on. 0 browns this game. We have 1 turn left. That's weird. Something wrong with Cyborg? I noticed in the community thing. Yeah, Siege. At least they've worked to try to do some of that. If you look at each of the colors, the logo around the numbers up here are different. It's a little hard to see on a smaller screen, but they've tried to do some of that to help out with it. Zero browns this game. Zero. Got to. Oh, look, a brown. Watch, I'll get it. No, I literally got like almost the worst set of cards I could have gotten there. Oh, Vapor is great. I just got pigeonholed the entire game because this was blue and there was so much blue out here. It was hard to play Vapor. That was just rough. Blue stacks. Works really well. There is a PC version coming that will be on Steam later. Oh, definitely. I like it a lot. Uh, oh. I think Beach got somebody else. Well, it's one of those games like I always describe it to people like the basic gameplay is super simple. Um, if you took away the faction cards, you could play a game without doing factions and just move the cards around. And there's some strategy and stuff in that, but that's the basic gameplay. The faction plays and the preference of then wanting to get faction plays. Uh, it is what really throws the kind of wrench in it and makes you think and try to outthink your opponent and set traps and that kind of stuff. So, yeah, you bet, Schnauzer. Take care. Thanks for hanging out for a little bit. Well, is anybody else on? Cool, Siege. We can do friendly matches or something if you want to while you're learning. Your call. Ooh, excuse me. What was that? Well, the AI is rough, so to me that sounds like you did pretty well. Yeah, I don't know why they're sorry, just getting back to that message you typed a while ago. Uh the icons are supposed to be unique, but yeah, you're right. Like it's especially when you're looking at small cards, they're all kind of ovals or rectangles with like scalloped edges or something, so they're hard to distinguish between them. And I think, and it's different, I don't have my physical game with me here, but it's different between the physical game and the online one. I'd have to look at the physical one. I think they're a little more basic in that. I could be wrong, though. Let me see if it's on the website. Hey, what's up, Dis? Why is... Website's been being weird for me lately. There it goes. Yeah, they do have an icon. Yeah, which is on the physical cards. But you're right, it's basically, it's just a shield. And there's supposed to be an icon there, but I don't think that it's there in the online game. Let me see. Oh, you can't actually see the cards here. Yeah, so I'm not sure. It shows it online, but I'm not positive. Nice, Dis. We'll see what happens once we get in the game. I can look at the cards there. Goodness. Friend invite. But we're already... I'm confused. Oh. I don't know why he wants to do friend. Oh, he wants to do it for the quick matching. Any preference? Faction? What's that? I'm on a Shadow Cell hiatus for just a little bit longer. I don't need that many more games. I can do Obliviate. Actually, I could have done Shadow Cell in this. That doesn't count against matches. We will keep those. They are very... Well, this deck doesn't have a lot of it in there. They're a little more control-y. Yes, Callie. I knew he was going to do that. Make that a 32. It's locked. Can't do nothing about it. Yet. Nice. They do a little bit of afterlife stuff, yeah. It's in here a 4 and a 7. I could get some good cards. We'll see what Beach has here. If he can't protect it, I'm about to get a huge point swing. Cool. Oh. Yeah. With bait and switch, 3 grays came out. Well, he's still gonna get 1. Let's see. This is weird. I mean, I guess I have to do this, right? Take that. Oh, it has a built-in recorder, but nothing to really stream that I'm aware of, unless it can tie to Twitch or something, but I'm not aware of it doing that. I did. Now I'm about to take a 32. What's that? Oh. Oh, hey, what's up? It was a weird press up because of what I had to do, but totally worth it. Then we both have a 32 in our allies. And yes, Mailman hacks. No, chairman. What'd he get? He got purple. Ah! Oh, jeez. It kills 28 points. Hope he gets a 4. He did. Thank goodness. Oh. Yeah, Elohim is nasty like that. I do like Shadow Cell. So we can do this. I can take that. Give him the 2. Oh, where were you a second ago? Well. Sending Master is good. Yeah, there just depends on when people are on Siege. Oh. So, because I'm in the alpha team and stuff, there are actually a lot of new people on right now. 2 people are playing the AI. And the other 4 of us are in a match, so you're the only one in right now. So I get to move a card 2 spaces. So yeah, give us just a minute. That's the only problem right now. I mean, with it being the beta and stuff, like I was saying earlier today, it's just not always, there's not always a whole lot of activity. Nice. Oh, you got this. What did he play? Oh, Dispute. Oh, if he had killed anything else, he would have gotten 2 revives out of that. That's why he's saying WTF. um So what? Okay. So he probably knows it's either he's guessing at Metabolim or Hellions Touch. I don't play a lot of Mechanize yet, so he probably doesn't expect that. So he's trying to figure out how to play around again. Whatever I played. But knowing Vij, he wants a faction play. Oh. I didn't know it would do that. It can freeze sometimes. What did he draw? Oh, Mindswipe into Refaction? Jeez. That's alright. He loses 5 points for that. Yeah. Well, that's unfortunate. Does happen. Sometimes you just have to... I mean, I kind of like that. And I just feel like this is my best move right now. Yeah, you've got to wait for the time bank to run out. How many points was that? Okay. Well, the beautiful thing is, like before I was avoiding taking this because... Is that worth taking? Might be. Pull the 13 out. Guess we'll go for these. Just tempted to kill some low ones. But let's just seed the whole thing high. And I get the 7 in the 8 bag. Yeah, that's fine. That's 20 points for him. 2 of them were in the middle. I welcome these challenges. Yeah, I mean, the big thing with the decks is I mean, it's good to have some combos in there. Kind of like I was explaining I was explaining to Dis the other night, is the base decks are good because the way this game works, you have to have 2 legendaries and 5 epics in a deck in order to even make one. So this will be good. So you're going to be set up pretty well, you know, with any starter deck. But the only thing that the starter decks don't have in them are like some of these crazy combos that can really net you a lot of points. But because of the way the game's balanced, it's not like a lot of those combos are really always available to get anyway. So, you know, it's just like the combos are good when you can land them. But landing the combos is difficult and doesn't happen every game. Yep. Oh, he takes my 10. Okay. I need a lot of points. There are not a lot of points out here to get. There's no black to take with this. Yeah, it seems like that's a loss, fellas. I can't believe I took the -3 and then this came up right afterwards. I mean, if I hadn't taken it, he would have given it to me anyway, but if I take the 6, I can negate having to give him some points, but if I take the 12, I've got to lose 7, so that's only 5, and there's no black to take. Oof. And that does nothing right now. Worst final draw ever. Let's see, Utopias can give me 16 points. But I need 32. Aren't enough brown or black to make a difference. I can get 5. Looks like Cantor might be it. My only option is to hope for like a negative. 11's good. 13. I mean, they're 2 good draws. That makes it a win for me. I totally forgot about resurrection. Wow. Ooh. Yeah, yeah. uh. uh. Wow. That never happens, Dis. Who are you playing? I thought you were playing, Oh, you're playing a new player that I don't know. Why? There. Why couldn't I drag my cards? Um... Too funny. Um... You want to jump in queue, or do you want to do a friendly siege? What do you want? Or I can jump in and play expendable. All right. Expendable is the True Blue 420. He's online. But we can play one so that I can teach you a little bit. I don't know, I kind of like the True Blue 420. Alright, I'll show you, since this is a friendly challenge, I'll show you my fun Shadow Cell deck. Oh. I have a good start for some of my combos. Yeah. Actually, I don't think I might have him in this deck. I'm not sure. I can't remember. It's been so long since I've played. This is my my favorite deck I've created so far. Yay, expendable. So did you change your name, or did you create a new account? $39-point provocateur, very nice. That's good stuff. Yeah, I think the best I've gotten was 44 against the AI once. And that was, I think, because we had 14 or 15 cards in the afterlife. So yeah, he can be really good. But like I said, some games I have sat there with him just sitting in my hand and couldn't do anything. Ooh, what you gonna switch? Why are you getting rid of my faction play? Nope. And then giving me that one? That's fine. So... So, Pseudocide lets you swap 2 cards for 2 random cards in the afterlife. So you don't get to pick what you swap for in the afterlife, but you get to either get rid of a low card that you have or get rid of a high card that your opponent has, but you can only target one opponent card. Or in your case, it seemed like you were trying to swap out the faction play in the middle, which you were successful on, but then you swapped another one, so you actually put a second faction play out there. One of the things you could have done after you swapped that one and got rid of it, you could have swapped your 3 for the 5 to get 2 more points. But you can't, like, you swapped in the 3 first, so the 3 isn't something you could have swapped back into play. I don't want a faction play yet. I mean, I do, but I can just do that. Oh, don't beat him too bad, Dis. Expendable. Don't give away my secrets. I plead the 5th. But it's true. So, I mean, that plays fine. There's no green to take with it, so you only get 4 points out of it. Given the board, I mean, even taking the gray 5 would have been better. It would have given you 1 more point, and this gray would have gone to your loyalist instead. So instead of having 2 cards in your recruits, you'd have 1 in recruits and 1 in loyalists. Loyalists are always a little more protected. Oh my gosh. I don't want to play any of these cards right now. But I have to. So, chained it is. We'll keep that. Keep that. Keep that. Keep that. I really like the art on this one. Although I think Veej did that, so don't tell him. So you don't have a faction play option here. You can take the 5, which ends up being 5 plus the 6 you'd pull out plus the 2. So that'd be 13 points. This 6 would be bad. Well, you could bank that 4. You could either protect your 4 or pull my 11 up to make it more vulnerable. But there's no green. The black is just not good. You'd move your 4, you'd move a 4 or the 11, and then there's no other black to take, so you just get 2 points. You're dying. It's 11 here too. I wouldn't take the 3. This gray 5 is your best bet right now. That's going to give you 13 points. And it only drew 1 card out. Extra, because you only had the 1 draw icon on this card that you took. So I need 1 more card to have the ultimate combo for this deck. So I'm going to take this. So I'm going to draw more cards out so that we have some more faction options. Hopefully. What to do, what to do. We'll just do that for now. That's one of the programmers of the game. The 8 would be good. It'd give you a faction play, but you'd have to give me the 4 since it's the only purple out there, so you wouldn't get any points. You'd basically just get a faction play. The 4, you'd get 1 point in a faction play. But you could actually do better than that. You'd get 1 point, but then you can move the 9 out so that I lose 5 points from it being on this row with my Devil's Advocate, which is given +5 to any black or red in the row. So that's going to be your better play right now. You can choose whether you want to move the 4 back or the 11 up. Then you just move the 3 to my recruits. And then you move the 9 out to my allies so that I lose 5 points from that one. So I basically lose 2 points from this movement and you get a 4. Then you just move your 3 up. Or you can do that. In that case, so you don't lose points. Yeah, okay. I would say bank the 11, but I know banking 11s are painful sometimes. So I want this one, so I can give you the -1. I'll give you the 6, bank the 3. Ah, where were you a second ago? He's pretty awesome. Oh, I need one more card. So actually now you can still, well, no. So I'm gonna get rid of 198. One, he's a really nasty card, but two, I have other reasons. I don't want you robbing the afterlife because I need it. God, Machinery Repairman is usually really good. He's not right now. Yeah, he is this. But he is such a good card. I mean, 11 points is 11 points. So the way it ends, so when you look at the card, you're going to see, like, it's going to move, and then it's got a +1 orange, like -2 red, -1 blue. Yeah, and that's definitely true, Dis. So you have to finish all the movements in the top right of the card. Like the Honorable Senator, if you take it, it's 7 points, goes to your Loyalists, has no impact on any other card on the board. But every other card, that's the only card in the community deck that has no movements on it. Every other card has some sort of movement that you have to finish as part of your movement. The only time you wouldn't do it is if there's no card of that color on the board. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to play nice. I'm going to give you the 3. And the reason I'm doing this, if I give you a 7, that's 7. If I give you the 3, that's 6 point swing. So it's just slightly better. Oh, it's Dis's favorite card. Yeah, Honey Trap. We'll go ahead and suffocate her. I like the 9. Yeah. That's what this deck is about, though. And if I get one of a couple other cards, you'll see the real potential of this deck. Yep, that's Suffocator. No, you can't get rid of the 18 like that. I gave him to you. It was a gift. You get to kill my 9. That was a good pull. And now you're making me take this. To give you that back. Yeah, I know. Da-dum-tsh. Now I have to figure out how to do this. don't have what I want. I may have to do something weird, and I don't really want to do it. I normally have a lot more stuff to play with. This'll work. So Dis, are you ready to see the crazy combo? I have choices. I might actually exfiltration. We'll see. I may have to infiltration. I don't know yet. So, Siege, when you did that, I mean, the better thing there is to just go ahead and move the 2 back farther. Because you've already given me 2 points. So don't make yourself lose 4 as well. Just move the 2 back more. Oh, now I'm going to have to infiltration. Unless I draw a Raven or something, but I don't think I will. So military commander is really strong. And I'll show you why. There aren't a lot of big point cards out there, but it's enough. Like, it's 62 to 67 right now. If I take him, I can move your 5 over. I can drop the 4 out. I can move this 7 over. I can move this 7 over. And then I'll just take the 5 because that's the highest points I can do with the 1 move. And all of a sudden, that's a huge point swing. The only times that it's not worth doing are when there just aren't like purples and reds on the board to do any of that stuff with. But it's very rare that anybody who knows the game well enough knows that Military Commander is one of the strongest cards in the game. So you don't leave it out. So I normally like to use Exfiltration for this, but you moved your brown off, so I can't do that. So I'm going to do Liquidation. Right. So yeah, that's what I love about this deck. It takes a lot of... I can kind of walk you guys through exactly what all's in the deck. There's basically one huge combo. So there are a couple things. Suffocator lets you take a random card from the Afterlife. So if you can set up the Afterlife well, you can get a high card with that, and then you draw a random card from the deck. In our game, I drew a 9, so a 9's pretty good. That made a negative 18 on your side. Typically with Suffocator, what I like to do is put the bigger card on my opponent's side, because I want the big negative point card, because of what this deck is kind of designed to do, theoretically. Again, because you only draw so many cards in a game, it doesn't work out every time, but but that's the goal. And then you get a big card on your side too that hopefully it gets protected for one turn, but hopefully you can do another thing. Oh, nice, Siege. What'd you get? So Suffocator helps make a big negative card for your opponent. Ghost Cipher lets you swap values of 2 cards. So this is one way to, again, give your opponent a negative card or something along those lines. I didn't draw any of my neutral cards that game. Well, I drew Devil's Advocate early. But Negotiator is good. Black Mirror is good. Inventor is good. And then the action cards really focus around giving the bad cards to your opponent. Heretic is an amazing card. He's really fun, but he is a card that you have to set up correctly to use. But then the action cards really focus around trying to give any negative cards you have to your opponent. So Mole lets you make one of their cards into negative, but then Exfiltration lets you swap a card for a card in your opponent's loyalist. It's the same community, so it's kind of hard to use, but if you do it right, then you also get a card from the Afterlife. Liquidation just moves all negative cards on the board to your opponent. Really good, it's a good card to have. It's always nice to have in case they're loading you up in negatives and that kind of stuff. And then you also get to randomly take a card from the recruit row and put it on your side. Infiltration is one that I've never really liked and used a whole lot, but I realized using this deck that as you're making big negative cards, your opponent's going to be trying to give them to you. If they give them to you and they're in your recruits row, you can use Infiltration to just take it and put it in your opponent's allies. So it's a really nice way to deal with some of that and give those negative cards back. And again, I mean, Ghost Cipher is another way to do that. So the idea behind the deck is make some big negative cards on their side, use Absorption to take those negatives and make an even bigger negative on your side, and then through one of those cards that allow you to trade cards, give it back to them. So, like in our game, I had a negative 21 card on my side. I gave it to you. That's a 42-point swing. That again is on their side that they may again try to get back to you. So you have lots of stuff to help you get rid of it later. But yeah, so that's the idea behind the deck and kind of what works about it. Vij gave me some good advice a long time ago when I first started playing the game. He said it's a good idea to break up your deck into like 4 or 5 groups of cards that are a combo, because then when you start the game, depending on what cards you get in your hand, if you get 2 cards of a combo, you can toss the third one to try to complete the rest of the combo. And typically you don't want to have super involved combos in this game because you're not likely, in Magic you could draw through your deck to get what you need. In Hearthstone you could draw through your deck to get what you need. But in this game you can't really do that. Depending on what faction you're playing and what deck you're playing, you're going to get 8 to 10 cards in a game, really. You're only going to get to play 8 to 10 cards. With Razor Core, I've managed to play an AI game where there were only 3 cards left in my deck. Just because some of the stuff worked out that way. But that's not likely, especially not with Shadow Cell. So when you're putting combos together, you only want to put like groups of like 4 cards together. Yeah. And that works well. The only issue is if you don't draw a Provocateur, then you're in trouble. I've built some decks like that too, and I really enjoy them. And when Provocateur works, it's great. But if you don't draw them, then you're kind of stuck. You've still killed a lot, so that helps. But so yeah, he basically said like try to break it up into like groups of 4 and try to build combos within those 4 or cards that work really well together in those 4, so that you can try to do that kind of stuff and get the combos rolling in a game. So that's why it's like Suffocator, Ghost Cipher, Absorption, Infiltration, Liquidation, Exfiltration. So that's like 6 cards, but some of these are a little more flexible. They don't have to be part of that combo to do well. Like Ghost Cipher is just a good card to have anyway. Liquidation is a good card to have anyway. That kind of thing. Ugh, I am so jealous. Blackshade is one of 2 legendaries I don't have for Shadow Cell. I don't have Blackshade or the Watcher. I really want them. If I got Blackshade, it might go in this deck and replace... What do I have in there? Oh, Chained. And then I would probably take out this Black Mirror. Oh, I could craft some stuff if I wanted. I'm just kind of waiting. I mean, I'm only... The issue is... yeah, that's a big thing. I'm a big fan of Cloud Echo too. In the physical game, that's probably my favorite deck right now. Yeah, they're awesome. Have you looked at the cards for it? What makes them neat is what they've gone to with all what they call their fringe factions. So these 4 are the base, or not the base, but they're the core factions, and then there's the 4 fringe factions. And if you look through, I think it might be in the community one, there's a pinned post that shows kind of the city map. Yeah, they're combo heavy, and I've got a deck that plays on both sides of the combo. So it's both Serenity and Animus, and it just works really well. And I like a lot of the cards and a lot of the way that stuff works. It's basically the same reason I like the Shadow Cell stuff. It's a little more tricky and deceptive and does that kind of thing. But then it also has some cards, like it has cards that double and triple the point value of other cards, which is, like they've said, is hard to do in the physical game, but works pretty well with the way they've done it in that. But yeah, it's super fun. Um, but yeah, if I had Black Shade, it would go in there. I'd probably then drop out the Black Mirror that's in there. Might swap around some other cards. But yeah. I had... So, funny. Shadow Cell was my combo, or was my main deck. So, when I was opening packs initially, I gave preference to all the Shadow Cell stuff to make sure that I had all that. For which legendary? Cool. It's the expendable. Oh yeah, that's the Alpha Guard one. That's that is, yeah, the Enticer. And I think later they're going to give the opportunity to pick different cards for, pick different pictures for your decks. So, yeah. So yeah, when I was opening packs, Shadow Cell was my primary faction, Razor Core was my second, and then as I unlocked cards in there, so if you haven't figured out with the packs yet, the glow just means that it's not an action card. So you'll open some packs, like once you have all the action cards for Shadow Cell, the if you get any Shadow Cell cards that don't have a glow around them, then you're not going to pick those and you're going to pick something else in the pack, right? So Shadow Cell was first. If I didn't have anything that I needed to get from Shadow Cell in that pack, then Razor Core was my next pick. And then Dawnlight was my third pick. And Dawnlight, I had every card except for Many-Eyed one for a while. And then I went ahead and crafted that one just so that I could say that I had everything. They just recently released Mechanize, so I haven't crafted that or gotten that yet. Because I haven't opened any packs really. Not many packs since they released that. Dawnlight's fun. They are more about, yeah, Mechanize is good. Yeah, but Heretic is super fun. Because if you look at the community cards for Brown, like, they've got a lot of low value stuff. So, Pagan Spiritualist is -3, Ancient Priest is 1, and there are 3 Ancient Priests in the deck. New Age Cardinal, I think there are 2 of them. No, there are 2 Brutish. There's 1 New Age Cardinal that's 3. Brutish is 5. And then that's 6, 7, 8, 10, 15. So lots of low value cards and the negative. And it's the only negative that if you take it from the neutral area, it doesn't go to your allies. So you can take the Pagan Spiritualist if you're playing with Heretic, knowing or planning on using it to swap that -3 for something on their side later. Oh, no, yeah. No, community cards are just what's in the community deck. Yeah, I am sitting on 8 packs. I haven't used my credits for anything in a while. Because I was using it to... I was saving up all my credits so that I had enough to buy all the skins. And I've gotten all of those, except for what you can only get in the packs. So... But it sounds like they're... not just for a new faction, but also just waiting on... There are a whole bunch of new cards that are going to be coming out. Vij was... he just shared the other day, like, some of the online stuff. Some of the new cards coming out. So when those come out, then that'll be more cards that I don't have. Because the problem is, right now, it's like, if I wanted to craft all the legendaries I don't have, I'm missing 4 Alpha Guard legendaries, 4 Razor Core legendaries, 2 Shadow Cell legendaries. At 400 apiece, and 10 of them, that's 4,000 DNA I need. Just to make the legendaries. And then I'm missing... I think Razor Core I have everything except Mechanize. Yeah. Alpha Guard, I'm still missing Amnesia. So that's 4100. 4200, sorry. And then mechanize. Shadow Cell. It's just mechanized, so that's 4200 plus the 300 for each of the mechanizes. And then just mechanize here. So yeah, 4400 DNA to make everything I need. 4600. 4000 for the legendaries. 200 for amnesia. And then 400 for mechanize. Yeah. So it would take a lot of DNA to do that. Like if I just, I'm not going to, but if I were to just buy DNA and just craft what I needed, I'd have to buy $200 worth of DNA. I'm not about to do that. So we'll see. I'll keep collecting and keep doing what I can. But the goal, and part of the reason I'm holding on to the credits, is because with a lot of the community cards. So right now you'll see there are 2 and 3 skins and that kind of stuff. Some of these, like with the Ghost Stalker, you can only get when you compete in the season. Once you get on the leaderboard, if you're in the top 50, you can get that one. That was for the first season. And then Taskmaster for being in the top 10, which I really like that one. So some you can only get because they're awarded, but their plan is to have 5 different skins for every single one. Some of those are purchased, some of those you can only get from packs, some are awarded. So that's part of why I'm holding on to a lot of the credits too, because they keep releasing a few more of those pretty much every time they do an update. And the first time they did it, it was 2,200 total credits to be able to buy them all. So something like that. I don't remember. It was over 2,000. So yeah. But yeah, I really like the skin change stuff. And it's supposed to. It seems like it doesn't quite work the way Vita told me it would. Oh, excuse me, initially. Like, he initially said that it would work. So if a card went to your side and you had an alternate skin for it, it would change. It'll stay that way through the rest of the game. But if it went to, like, if your opponent took it and they didn't have a skin for it, then it would have locked it into the original skin. But what I've noticed is it doesn't always seem to do that. Sometimes it might, but if it moves to their side, doesn't get a new skin, and then moves to your side, then it seems to get whatever skin you've picked. Which is, from my understanding, not the way that's supposed to work. Because then what if I wanted to keep this look for my Street Enforcer? Then I don't want it to, like, if I took it, I don't want it to change when it goes to my opponent's side. But right now it seems the base skins will once it moves over to your opponent's side of the board. But yeah, I really like just being able to have some of the alternate art and that kind of stuff is really cool. I'm sure Arsenal hates that I've replaced his Black Mage, but yeah, I really like Taskmaster. I really like the Grand Inquisitor one, which replaces the Burn Overseer. Propagator is pretty cool too. So no, I like the High Rider one, which is the -1 card. That Motorhead's kind of cool. I really like the Foreteller of Light. I had a hard time choosing which one I wanted of these. I mean, they're fairly similar. I really like the Wirehead, but I also like the Virtual Lifer. And Gargantuan's pretty awesome. Anyway, it is 1:45 here. Time for me to call it a night and head to bed. Thank you guys for hanging out. I will chat with you and see you soon. Hey, keep up the gaming. Look forward to lots of good matches against you guys. Yeah, it takes a little time. It takes some time to get used to the game, but I really enjoy it. And the way I describe it to a lot of people, I mean, it's fun tug of war. I think a lot of people will look at it and they think that it's just completely random, but it's not. You know, as Vij will say, it's like the better player will win 90% of the time. You know, and it's just about a lot of times kind of mitigating the randomness or setting up combos or setting traps for your opponent to fall into. And you have to play a little bit of mind games and try to figure out what your opponent's trying to do and steer away from that. So I will tell you one of the things that I do a lot. Can't do it against Vij as much, but you know, Elohim is a very strong card that Dawnlight has. If you haven't played against somebody with Dawnlight yet, Elohim is ridiculous. She will take 2 cards that are 11 or greater, basically. It has to be over 10. Take 2 cards that are 11 or greater, move it to her loyalists, and protects one of them. It also, if it's been buffed at all, it actually returns it to its original value. Because she was a little too strong, being able to steal like 2 25-point cards when people had buffed them up and stuff. But by being able to clear them, you're stealing those points from your opponent, and you're still getting a big card on your side. So a lot of times when I'm playing against Dawnlight folks, if I don't know what they have in their deck, or I can't tell or figure it out, I just a lot of times will expect that they're playing Elohim, and I'll avoid taking the big cards. Because a lot of times you can make up not having the big cards by just moving a lot of little cards, and it tends to work out where you can do that pretty well. And so I've been able to do that before and basically just stymie them, and then they can't really play Elohim to steal points from me. Sure, they can take it from the middle, but it's not worth as much then. And have won quite a few games that way. So that's something to kind of watch out for with when you're playing against Dawnlight. Razor Core is tricky. Just trying to give you a couple little pointers. You want to be careful when you're playing against Razor Core of keeping big cards in your recruits, because Nocturne will steal any big card in your recruits and put it in their allies. Why I say it's tricky is because they also have Diabolist, who will steal cards from your loyalist and put it in their recruits. So it's vulnerable, but it's tough. Yeah, Phobia is just a really good card. Lots of good ways you can use it because it locks the card down and adds 18 points to it. So myself and Vij, I mean, I use it a couple different ways. One, either to protect a big card on my side so that my opponent can't do anything to it and just make it bigger, or put it on a card in the neutral area that is going to move to allies so that when I take it, it automatically goes there and it's worth that extra 18 points. So you can use that sometimes to like offset negative cards to make them really good. So that's nice. Alpha Guard is the slow and steady kind of faction. They don't typically have a lot of like huge, like big game-changing moves. It's just that they're really consistent and have lots of stuff that can work. Allied Soldier is strong because it can steal any card on your side of the board and move it to allies. There's no downside to it or anything like that. New players have these 2 legendary cards, which are both kind of random but good. When you're playing against people like Lux and that kind of stuff, you really have to watch out for Silent Wave. It will kill the 2 lowest cards on your side of the board and every card that matches those values. So if they can set it up right, they can kill 5s and 6s, which you may have a bunch of, and so it can end up being a big point. I think Lux has played it against me before for like 30 something points. it can just be nasty if it gets set up the right way. So sometimes you just want to make sure you keep some low cards on your side of the board that they can't clear off, to just kind of run blocker for that. Yeah, I mean, the base alpha card decks have Vapor and Mystic Imager in them, so that's what a lot of people, especially new people starting to play the game, are going to have. Vapor's really good. Yep, exactly this. Silent Wave, Provocateur is pretty much an exact counter for Silent Wave. It's not perfect, but it works really well. Yeah, these two are a good combo together because Vapor puts 5 cards in your recruits row, and then Mystic Imager draws 3 cards to your loyalist, and any cards that match the community colors that are in your recruits row get moved to your allies. So those Flicks combined with Mystic Imager is good. That kind of stuff. Yeah, it is, and I've been talking a bunch tonight, so my voice is starting to die out on me. And I've been sick this past couple of weeks, just fighting some little bug my kids brought home. So, anyway. Yeah, hopefully that gives you some pointers. Shadow Cell, I mean, the biggest pointers is they start with Phantom Moon and Chain. Phantom Moon is probably one of the strongest legendaries in the game. So you just kind of have to watch out for that. It's another one where you want to try not to have high value cards in your recruits. So... Raven can be really strong. So, yep. Alright, for real this time. Night, y'all. Have a good one. I will see you soon.